In as much as she won the election and congratulated by some of Africa's leaders, I am very much shocked that Rwanda President Paul Kagame has not come out publicly and congratulated her. According to Paul Kagame, he sees the Tanzanian election as quack skunk election, dictates and election with no respect, and Samia Suluhu do not deserve that position. Rwanda President Paul Kagame has not congratulated Samia Suluhu. Today is 6th, and Samia Suluhu was declared a winner some 3 days ago, while Tanzanians stormed the street, and we are still analyzing what is happening in Tanzania and also Tanzanians in diaspora. But our main political objective today is to ask ourselves, why is Kagame distancing himself not to congratulate Samia Suluhu? That is the question, and people also asking in social media. Before I carry on, pleasure to meet you in this broadcast once again. Welcome all to Zion Kenya TV YouTube channel, and I want to say thank you for your continued support in this channel. I don't take it for granted, and if you are a first-time viewer watching me in this broadcast, having interest to proceed with this kind of political discussion, I request you kindly do me a favor, take a once again, click that notification bell and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like my video, share my video to our friends, family and relatives. And for those of you who are subscribed to this platform, I want to thank you for such continued support. Now, I'm going to very much brief on this. So far, Museveni has congratulated Samia Suluhu. William Ruto sent Kindiki. And Kindiki did not go there to represent Kenyans. He went there because of William Ruto. That is what we can observe. Because Kenyans were not also happy with Samia Suluhu's election. In fact, if there was a country not happy with Samia Suluhu's election, is Kenya. And I'm not afraid to say that. And we saw even other Kenyans going at the border to storm Tanzania. As we speak, many Kenyans have been also detained, arrested. Not that they were demonstrating, but Samia Suluhu has that spirit, that favor, that Kenyans are the one making our country to turn into total chaos. Now, this is why Kagame not congratulating Samia Suluhu. Kagame was accused attacking the neighborhood countries, and he is also always a straight man. That is why I love him, and he always speaks facts. He's the one who also said that William Ruto went to European countries to beg them, and yet Kenya has several mineral resources. He is a no-nonsense man, and he never tolerate that spirit of worshipping other communities. That's my first observation. The second observation, Kagame says this election as Tanzanians did not given chance to rule, to make their own decision, sorry. Samia Suluhu decided to show the whole world that she's the one owning power. Of course, yes, she's the first in command. But she violated the constitution. Do you think someone like Kagame can congratulate those who violate the constitution? I don't think so. Because this man always protects Rwanda. I don't think if Rwandese always goes for this demonstration every now and then and killed, murdered and tortured. I don't think so. But he's also a dictator in silence, Kagame. So he fears that Samia Suluhu is uprooting very fast and gaining more dictatorship spirit in herself. And there's no need of congratulating her. That is my another point of view. Because Africans leaders, they are greedy for power. They don't want to be corrected. If you correct them, they feel that you are beyond them. And of course, we are all human beings. So you wonder what is not happening here. Because after all, at the end of this life, no one pays for each and every person life. However how many billions you have in the account, however how many trillions and zillions you have, we are all equal, wonderfully made in the likeness and image of God. So therefore, Samia Suluhu did not show respect to Tanzanians. And in fact, she tortured them, murdered them, and even violated the constitution. In fact, so far 2,000 people have been murdered and killed in Tanzania. So Kagame sees this as not a political congratulation, because that lady do not deserve that position. If she could have allowed Tanzanians to vote with their own political interest, then I think majority of Africans could have congratulated her. But you see, not only Kagame, but Kagame is setting as a good example, because Rwanda and Tanzania is just a distance, and is setting a good example as one of the African leaders, head of state, not bothered and felt that Samia Suluhu did a very, very wrong decision to accept that he owns power in the office. Ladies and gentlemen, things are boiling nicely as Kagame seems to participate and files Samia Suluhu's removal because she did not win the election but created violence to seek sympathy and to be protected by security personnel. As we speak, Samia Suluhu has decided to hire her two daughters to act as senior most security personnel. You know, president always have bodyguards. You get the point? But they are always trusted bodyguard in that when he or she is ambushed, then the family can protect him, Ora. And I believe it's happened even to our current president. There must be some of the relative protecting him. Each and every head of state, I don't know why. I don't know why they fear their life, because they might have enemies. So they must have one of the family or two having gun, and in fact a standby gun. So the two ladies are the ones protecting Samia Suluhu in most cases. But that is none of our business. Samia Suluhu did wrong thing and should not be congratulated. And I wonder why Africans leaders rushing to congratulate this lady, yet she murdered and tortured Tanzanians and claiming that those people were Kenyans. And if it is so, then we demand Samia Suluhu to give us 2,000 Kenyans whom she murdered back to life. That is the best thing we can do, because William Ruto only congratulate his colleagues who are dictators. He never congratulate those who are doing the right thing. So it means that birds of the same feathers flock together. Let us behave well, and let us think that let us not just think power is permanent. Everything in this world is just a season. Today you are president, tomorrow you will die. Today I will be here, tomorrow I will not be here. Anyone, everyone. It is something which has been written down. So we cannot and will not tamper with it. Ladies and gentlemen, drop your opinion at the comment section below.